Hello, good evening, and I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday, or Sunday, or Friday, wherever you are. Hopefully this is working. Awesome. Hello again. I have been quiet for quite a bit, because a lot of stuff has been happening that hasn't really been giving me the ample time or energy to focus on another paint stream, but we're back. And we're going to be back with our Blood Angels again. I recently got some, not transfers, but some extra sprues that I thought I could use and pull them off, but I think it would be better to try and get the actual icon down. So I'm going to try and focus on that, as well as having the separate arm that I can kind of do off onto the side. And as a final portion, I have decided to completely uproot I had planned on constructing a combat patrol for Tyranids eventually, but I think I have enough in the small detachment box they provided, so I'm going to be using about 10 of the Formagants I got in a separate box, and I'm going to use them for the full diorama. I think that'll be good. Got a couple with closed, a couple with open, but it's definitely going to be a lot easier to have them like this and sort of manipulate them onto the diorama, have them climb up. Kind of like Space Marine 2 style. But yeah, these guys I think are going to shift on. I think 10 is enough. And then we've got, down there, a small box of Leapers. The Von Ryan Leapers. Just because they feel better than just getting 3 separate Lictor boxes, and also kind of cheaper. Yeah, we got those guys on the side. I'm going to rest you down there. And that's going to be the whole game plan, and then I'll eventually take the time to get the giant stand on, not the giant stand, but the bigger stand off of Etsy where they have them. But let's get back to these, and I think I finally, not now, but have a good angle to where I can have it so you guys can see what I'm actually painting this time. Maybe bring it down or up. But it should make it a lot easier to see what I'm actually doing. I think 2 sections for black should be good. Over there. Oy. If I could decompress for a second. It's been a rough week. Not being able to really find time to sit down in detail has been rough. Feels good to sit down and actually get at it for once. Just want to quickly grab onto the... There we go, got some references for myself. It should be good. On that. There we go. Keep that up. Can't speak. Flubbed words. Just getting a whole array of colors ready now. want to, That's another one right there. I don't need that one. I do need you. I think that should be all for the main colors of the armor. And after that, we got our whites, we got our reds. Am I missing anything? I don't think I need that one. This is the, it's the dark. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. That's for metals. That's for later. No, I don't think I'm missing anything. Well, obviously the drops, but I don't need the drops yet. Sniffly. Alright, well, back to this, unfortunately. So hitting it at that angle is going to blow. Oh, that side. Yeah. It'd be nice just to kick back, relax. Chill with you guys and paint models. come out. I feel like the rubber black would have been fine. Oh. AK, you always find a way just to make me sad. It's like all gooey. I don't know what it is. Some of their paints are great, others just blow. Actually, this will make more sense to limit this. I think I can move on from that by doing this. both angles.
It's still actually quite hard. Start right there. So I have to build it up from here.
Holy cow, no way. I need a different brush for this.
There you go.
Probably gonna have to go a little bit at a time.
better for the drawing overall. Okay, left wing isn't that bad. I can work with that. It's a nice auto one. Oh, do I have to drink like a Kit Kat real quick? I've been working on models all day just because of the backlog. And I'm almost completed with a 10-man squad of Imperial Fist Hellblasters. I came up with a whole new list for Anvil Siege, which I think I can do good stuff with. It's just a matter of I need to get games with it to test it out. Alright, let's tidy this up real quick. So I think, for the sake of how I'm doing it, I think 3 feathers for each side is fine, when naturally it should have 5. I think I can squeeze a 5th in, though. Let's see. Or a 4th, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think a 4th will work for that. It's a pretty good looking wing. Now, how in the fuck am I going to recreate that on the other side? I need to see if I can break it off again, but I don't know if I can. I glued that bitch on really strong. Pretty sure last time I had to give up, but let's see. Whoa, we're good. Oh shit. Never mind, that came off way easier than I thought. Well, that's gonna save me a headache and a half. Perfect. Damn, I guess I didn't put on that much glue. And I believe I should have 2
toothpick. No, that toothpick is holding the other arm. I need to quickly make a secondary. That should be even enough. Go. I'll save that for later. I'll keep you up in case I need to clip anything else. It's kind of funny. On this side, you have the wing, and then this is what I was going to attempt to do while it was still on. It's kind of weird. It looks like a little goop monster. Let's use you. A little bit too much. Am I gonna need to draw a hole? I need to draw a hole. I will. Might need to. You should be fine. That up. You get a 2-in-1 tonight. Hobbying and painting. Well, that sits down. I can actually move on to another portion of them. Let that hold. Back to you. What I can also do is go through this. Do I want to... do I hop off the leg for a second? I kind of want to give a little bit more focus towards the... First towards that. Do I want to give a little bit more focus towards the jetpacks right now? I think I kind of do. Let's see. Ooh, I might want to include... Actually, I think busting out the bone wouldn't be too terrible of an idea. Because, I mean, the only real gold things they have is the golden crested teardrops, which I don't really have teardrops on them. Though I was thinking about including teardrops, the little keychains from the separate bits box. I have actually. I didn't get to dive too deep into that little bits thing. Where did I put you? just ahead. There you are. What the heck is in here, actually? What's this? Wow, just what it applies. No, the transfers are nice. I think this is the first time I'm actually seeing transfers that have like a gold lining. I've never actually seen that before. If the numbers were small, I could use them. See, I don't know. I feel like I could use the transfers on the second guy, but then why wouldn't I have just done that for the first one to begin with? So I'm just doing the, so if I do it like that, yeah, if I do it like that, he gets that, and through. The other one doesn't get a transfer. I could put a transfer on another guy. Or... nah, I think I'm gonna skip those for now. With the little bits that I can include. These actually aren't terrible upgrade sprues. What can we include into our lads? Fortunately, can't include that. There are some little keychain things I could point to them, throw in there. Really would have liked using those shoulder pads. Wow, to be honest though, you kind of get gypped in this thing. Because if I remember correctly, the I've only had to buy 2 of the Imperial Fist upgrade sprues. And I mean, they came with way more than this. This is kind of nuts. I feel like you guys got cheated. It's a cool Terminator head, though. So I think what I'll do... I'll clip these out. Just for a bit more flair, because they are a bit on the dull side. Because of how they came. We do have some honor shields. Not those. We've got a lovely, bone keychain for the Death Company. Nice. And you know what? I'll give the standard Blood Angel additional book. And I don't really think I can find anything else. Look at how nice these shoulder pads look, dude. I'm so sorry. I wanted to tear them in, but you really can't. And it's quite frustrating. There's nothing else I can really look for. I'll show all the unit stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this, those upgrade sprues a bit of a gyp. I feel like it is way too small for its price. Let me set those off to the side. actually sit right here. So I know where to find you later on. Alright. Now back to this. I can incorporate the browns a little bit. I'm also going to bust out the bone. Are these the two? Yes. Doom Bull and Deathclaw. Alright, let's see if we can't doll you up a bit further. So looking at a death company... That's right, I could provide just a bit more of the highlights. So I think I can do that with this. Very carefully with this. Go. Set that one. I didn't like it. Yep.
Sorry for the sudden silence, but I was just trying to focus.
through. Good so far. Got some good lighting at the top. Got the good lighting around the legs. I don't know if the central stripe will need more reds here and there, but it's worth it. Every time I paint, I just huddle up into a ball and just start to scrunch. What am I going to do for the back? I might actually look up how people have painted their jetpacks. Oh, that's working. Am I crazy? Do you spell jump pack with one P or twos? Twos. Holy cow. I'm cooked. You split them. Okay. Since these are the classic jump packs, I have to look for more, Oh, wait a minute. Does that mean, I could throw on, these are for jump packs. Could I not theoretically throw this onto him? I love how I'm just creating more work for myself in the future. As if this isn't going to be hard enough. So thinking about it like that, I don't know if it's as old as that, but is this where they belong? I don't think so, right? No. I don't know what that is then. Oh, that's something specifically made for that. Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, those are what I'm looking at. I want a better, like, back picture. Solid color, yeah. You'd want a more metallic. Ooh, there's a good wiki picture. Okay. So it follows the metallic coloring all the way down. This actually was a dud. I don't know what this is for. It might be for the tanks. Unfortunately, I have to put that in the bit box. So essentially, it's the gray there. This one actually doesn't have handlebars, so... I think I'm going to mark all the areas I know I'm going to have to hit with metal. Okay. It's going to be those areas. The in-between. Right there.
everything else sort of just falls in line with highlighting and or just straight up grim black. I don't know if I can, trying to think. Giving them like a cooling jet, maybe. Not completely on fire, but... so it is working like that. Interesting. I'll leave a pocket red on each to see if I want to do that. Alright. Back's looking well processed. Working on things for later. Release some nice attention. pouches are looking good. I can't believe I haven't changed that damn ping when I just get lost in the sauce. Hello! Hello, Raiders. How you doing? Rush Tails, thank you so much for the raid. Ugh, scared the crap out of me. Hello. You caught me in the middle of just one of these lovely Death Company. Just taking care of the pouches in the back. But we're slowly making our way around. And then after that, we get to include these two lovely hands, which I've started with a hand painting sigil for the mark. And then these I think I'll just dot up the bolts, make them look pretty. It's a little bit too bright. I don't think I have to go that deep. But... there we go. Yeah, good old blood angle. And to everyone who stopped by, thank you for raiding. My name is TheLGod. Reese also works just fine. I'm a mini painter. Still fresh in terms of the whole aspect of it, but I tend to try and paint almost every day, and my streaming as of late has been kind of on-off. But thank you so much for joining me. Like that. I think I can let that settle in. And for this, I'm gonna start with a light down here, and then make my way through. I also do apologize if I ever just go completely silent. Know that it's just me going deep into the mini. Oh, I completely messed that up. Should try and fix that. Is this my army? No. This is a eventual Golden Demon submission for a diorama. I don't have all the necessary pieces, but I'm mostly just amassing models so far. So the whole theme of the diorama is going to be, if you haven't heard of it before, the devastation of Baal, where the Tyranids invade the Blood Angels' homeworld. And I've got two lovely jetpack boys right here that I'm going to be doing. One obviously Death Company, and the other just a standard Blood Angel, and just have them positioned on a little stature with some Hormagaunts and Von Ryan's Leapers sort of jumping in at them. And maybe just have a strewn of
bodies everywhere, both Tyranid and Marine alike. I have to find some bits for that, though. But yeah, right now it's just working on the 2 Marines immediately, and then eventually getting the stand, working on the Tyranids, adding every bit and piece of Bob I want to throw on. And down the line, I also have some TheLGod technical that I want to see if I can do what some people do with the Leaper variants of the Tyranids, is they'll string down sort of gore and viscera upon the, not the pincers, where they just, scything talons? Yeah, scything talons for the lictors, and I want to see if I can do that for the Leapers, as to show them just recently cutting through some Marines. And just have it sort of like a last stand look, if you will. That's way further down when I eventually get the pedestal and various runes I want to throw in. And also, I like to treat these bigger projects as practice. Because the more I practice, the more picturesque I can make them, and the quicker I can get schemes done that don't make me question every move. The watery on this should be fine. Do let me know if I just yap too much. I'm a pretty quiet lad, but as soon as I get going, I just don't stop. Just like me, there do be a lot of yapping going on Twitch. They can be glazed. I don't think I'll need to highlight them too much. I can give these some bone. I don't think there's anywhere else that this guy needs bone, is there? Nope. At least until I add the extra bit. Right now I'm practicing non-material metal. Any tip? The one that I've learned is that it's a fuck ton of layering. So like all the this one's just simple just because it's a grays on blacks on white, but it's literally this little area right here. I've done like maybe 3 layers and then on another 3 layers on top of that. It's all about layering and then the positioning of lighting that goes into it, which is why you see how it's like a double up. It helps when I'm trying to bring up higher colors. Again, you're hearing it from a lad who's barely done this for about 3 to 4 years going on, but from what I've just meticulously run through is that priming and then bringing out a white or a lighter variant of that primer helps layering a ton. And it helps doing the non-metallic metal way easier. Also, I think another a great thing to do is looking up what colors work well with bringing out layers of lighting for other colors. Like for gold, it's a mixture of yellows, browns, and I believe black as well. It could just be yellows and browns, though. And, what is it, silver? I don't have much experience with silver. But mostly layering. It's really layering and just going back and forth. And just making sure it's a nice, smooth shine. You bought an AK 3-gram box set? I have no idea what that is, but it sounds jealous-worthy. Not too jealous. I have my own share of problem paints, but... I don't know if I'm reading that right either. 3 grams? I don't know if that's big or not. Oh, 3 generation. Hello, how are you? But that's fair. I've actually never heard that that saying before for AK. I've never known that. I didn't know that's how they worded it. Wow, 3 generations of paints? That's kind of wild. I want to do this. What is my main army? So, my main army, I think I have a finished guy around here somewhere. Not too large. He's too far back. But, my main armies are Grey Knights right now and Imperial Fist. I am a super duper big Marine lad. I love the Marines, I love their lore, their aesthetics. People might say basic, I just love me some good power armor. I got a 1 guy over there. I'll walk over and grab him. I got 2. I got 2 I can grab and show. I'm thinking I should go Grey Knights or Necrons, maybe Tau. Tau is very good right now. Tau is great shooting, and I honestly think their Gundams look nice. But, here they are. Here are my boys. Grey Knights on one side. This is mostly for a kill team I set up before they ransacked them. I did some kit bashing with some Blade Guard, legs. And then we got, Mudfists. Good old dirty Marines that I plan on making extra Hellblasters for. And they've got lovely little magnets so they can stick. You can set up little scenery right here and there. Duel. But I am a big Imperium fanboy. I like all the factions equally, but Imperium holds a special place in my heart. I gotta tune that down, fortunately. Go. Grey Knights, Necrons. Oh, it's your first army. Oh. I don't know how much your I don't know how much or how much experience you have in either building or painting. But if I had to go for something easy to start out with, I'd say Tau would be your best bet. But if it's purely aesthetic you're looking for, I do love Necrons. I think Necrons are uber cool. I actually do have... I've got an Emotech primed, ready for another little thing I plan on doing. I want to sort of get him ready and make some copper wire lightning for him. Either Dark Angel or Necron. Dark Angels are good. Dark Angels are really nice. I think their scope is nice and uniform, I think is the perfect way to do it. Because you got the classic Marines on the side, and then you've got the Deathwing, as well as Ravenwing with the vehicles. I think yeah. Just a little bit. The Silent King is Giga Chad on his thing. That's another model I eventually have to paint. I'm dreading having to paint that thing. It was a bitch and a half to build, and painting it is going to be horrid. But I do have him in parts. That's my saving grace. I do have him in parts. My real question is, how am I going to do this backside? I think it's just going to be highlights then at that point. Inside with all the inner suit layering. What should I get? First Combat Patrol or Silent King? First Combat Patrol always. You never really go for the uber big units until you actually have had some practice with just building in general. Because you're going to start... What's going to happen is, you buy the Silent King, you're going to start opening it, you're going to look at all the sprues, you're going to look at all the directions, and it's going to completely turn you off. So my advice is go for the Combat Patrol first if you're going into an army, and then see what other stuff you think you'd like to build or paint. I think that's a great idea, is just to go for the Combat Patrol first. There's nothing like opening up a big model, seeing it's going to take you like 4+ hours to build, and you're just like, nah, not doing this anymore. I mean, I built Gunpla for 43 runners. Your crown. Believe it or not, I actually did start off the whole miniature thing with Gundam models that I just picked up because I thought they were cool. And then eventually transitioned over to Warhammer. You know what has got me excited, though? That Gundam tabletop. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's like a Gundam core that they're mixing with, I believe, trading cards. And there's a whole tabletop for it. But I mean, back to that question. If you're comfortable building them, then grab whatever you think is best bet for you then. No holds barred. I'll say this, you're not going to like the price tag of Silent King if you go for it. It's going to be a bit of a stinker. How much was he when I bought him? 180? Maybe closer to 200? I don't think he was more expensive than Angron. I think he was maybe at least 160, 170. Same price as a Combat Patrol? Okay, so my memory doesn't betray me that much. It was a while ago when I nabbed him. I saw him up at a store and I was like, yes, I will do this. And then I started building him and I was like, I will not do this. Alright, so I think if we're going to move on to here, it's kind of just going to be highlighting with the neutral grays. Seriously? I had it. Not what I wanted, but I'll take it.
Feels like I'm missing something. What am I thinking? I feel like I've gone off track of where and when, or what pieces I was supposed to go for. And now I'm just going in nowhere directions. It has not been an hour and 40 already. Good lord. Just knowing every which point. Get that. Code. I even get it. Yep. Nothing crazy out there. Okay. Just not give it to me. All right. I wanted to get your edge, not the inside of the collar. Okay. Oh, is that the goddamn song that just lasts for 12 seconds? Okay, you got it anyway.
That's good. That's good. I'm overthinking it. Do I edge highlight everything? If I'm going into it hard, yes. But most of the time, I just edge highlight certain points for a battle ready scheme. It's usually when I'm going into a deep project that I'll decide to edge highlight everything. In my opinion, honestly, there's no reason to kill yourself over battle line troops. But if it's like a character or something, yeah, I'll throw in some edge highlighting. You're thinking non-metallic metal army of Necron 2k points. Whew. I can't even begin to think of that. Well, maybe, honestly, it wouldn't be too bad. You would just have to simplify your layers for some of the guys. Like, say the Necron warriors, you do like 3 simple layers. You do like a base, and then, what is it? Then a dry brush, and then a glaze, and I think you'd be fine. I think that'd be an easy, like, non-metallic metal thing. If you were going hardcore into every model, I think that army could easily take you well over 3 months worth of time to finish, I think, if you were diligent and, like, did it every single day. Because each model, even the smallest Necron warrior, is going to take you at least, 10 hours of, like, a proper non-metallic metal. But if you do it like a simplified, you should cut that time in half easily. But I should get better at using a brush first. That's fair. Hey, if you ever get used to an airbrush, I heard that makes non-metallic metal a whole lot easier because it helps thin your layering. And it helps with light sources like plasma and light bulbs. Uh-oh. I think I need a new towel. What do you think? New towel? Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I should see yours. Everyone's got their own dirt towel. Have I used ink before? I'm gonna need a little bit more description. If you mean like ink paints, I'm not too sure. Not really. I mostly stick to watercolor. Ink paint. Okay, yeah. No, I don't have much experience with ink paint. I don't even know what ink paints you can get that you would want to work with on miniatures. What brush am I using? What is this called again? It's from a collection called Golden Maple, right here. Golden Maple miniature fine detail brushes. It comes with a whole slew of different size brushes. You can get them on Amazon for like, I think the whole pack is like 50 bucks. They do their job well. I've been finding myself going back and forth between the different sizes. Coming down to the nearing pinpoint where we can just work on the weapons. But then that also comes part of the problem of what else am I going to do for the back legs? Got that. Actually, you know what I forgot? I need to introduce another X. The Death Company. Carefully right there. Cross. details. So I think I actually have to bring it over. Let me check this one. Yeah, I kind of did it at a weird angle. It should be over. Restart it. Change for a second. Grim Dark Studio, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome on in. My name is TheLGod. Reese will do just fine. Thank you so much. You have contributed one more follow to the 200 goal, in which I bust out a Primarch. Let's stop on in, pull up a chair. If you got some models, join in. Now, where is exactly the pinpoint? So I think it's going to be... I think what I need to do is mark where I'm going to start so I can then continue on the line. So I want... right there's fine, and then it's got to work with the perspective of the bent knee. So I think those two little dots would do great. You did a devastation of ball board for your parade army? Yikes. That must have taken you so long. Because if it's a full board, that has to be like at least, what, 2 sides of 1,000 points? At least. But like if it's 2K armies, good gosh. But yeah, we're doing a whole Devastation of Ball diorama. We've got 2 jump intercessors right here. One of them's going to be a normal Blood Angel, the other a Death Company, and they're going to be swarmed by Tyranids. I've got some Ormagants down there and a fresh box of Von Ryan Leapers. Right there should be good. I'm thinking I could bring that up. 2 foot by 2 foot flesh terrors, but only about 500 points nids. Mostly flesh terrors and nids were just display, not the army that was on show. That's fair. That is fair. That's a fair case. Rush Tails with the follow. Good gosh. Ain't I popular tonight? Help with the 200? Thank you, my friend. So to anyone else who is also curious on whether to follow, at the 200 follower goal, I will spin a wheel live for you all to see with an entire array of the Primarchs available that I have, excluding Fulgrim, because I don't have it yet. But whatever the wheel lands on will be the first ever Primarch that I paint, that I... Let me just not stop at painting. That I will build and paint for stream. You get the whole shebang. My hopeful guess is that the wheel will stop on something like the Lion or Gilliman, but at the same time it's a case of, do I want big model or lots of trim? Who knows? did make a Gabriel Seth conversion using a Captain and Gravis. The Captain and Gravis is awesome. It's a really nice fit model too, just the whole hand resting on the shoulder. I recently did a kit bash of my own Lysander because I couldn't really find the model, and I used old Terminator bits with some new Terminator bits, and completely made a cape out of tattered green stuff. The conversions are super fun when you get to do them. They take forever, though, sometimes. It feels like you're not making progress at all. But that's only because, you gotta file out the pieces, carve out what you want, get other specific stuff. Not like Games has it right there for you just to use. Do I have a Discord? I do. If you want to send some pictures my way, I should link that down to the Twitch, but if you want to send some pictures my way, I will happily set that up in a schmeckend. I just want to get this before the paint gets a little dry. Alright, we'll come back to that knee in a second. I will quickly go to that. Make sure it's muted. Don't want the reverb. Kill that. Go back there. The duo on my brain. You're gonna fight me right now? I'll be sure to take care of it at the end of stream. I'll have a link to the Discord down in the about. Show you the board, then Gabriel Seth conversion, also painted up good old Dante. Oof. I should get a Dante model. I was debating whether I wanted to include a Dante model in the diorama. I might eventually still do it. But that just means I have to make the diorama bigger. I also wanted to see if I could get like one of those small plaques they have for presentation that just has the words, "We are all Death Company now," and just have the swarm coming. I think would be a nice touch. Alright, so you're getting a little bit heavy, which means I can finally swap to the Rude Black again. And thin out this knee pad. Yes, exactly. I'm not really going to do a whole, like, background, but it's basically just going to be shards of rubble at sort of the main opening. I got the chess piece so good, and now this knee pad is gonna bite me. Oh, pain. That is not what I wanted. Creating like a North Star right now. The fact that the Nids got and opened it and all they heard was a low-pitched growl. It's a really good scene. It really gives you like a little bit of goosebumps. People ask me, why do flesh tears? 1, the lore, 2, the symbol, and 3, the paint scheme. Love it all. Yeah, it was kind of sad that they got rid of a lot of the flesh tears with the revamp, because I think you guys also lost your big captain, right, with the relic two-handed chainsword. I do recall that being a sad reveal. Oh, wait, do I have it? Hold on. I think Gabriel said will be back, as his ability is now stratagem, so may need to tweak him and update his model. Maybe back in 11th? Yeah, that does sound about right.
do this to me. Hold on. Almost got it. Do I have to curve it down bottom left? The pain. Alright, hold on. And then I need to curve it off on that a bit more. Knee. I'm losing my mind, chat. I got the chest piece like so much quicker, and then this one is just, it's fighting me. Oh. Holy shit, I got it. I hate myself. That's frustrating. Son of a bitch. Really? Now you just do it? Alright. Now I just need to tweak up the black. Head empty, only pain. Really? Drawing with a marker. I think I can add a little bit more up there, actually. That's good. There you go. I'm free!
Oh, fucking 30 minutes later. Sheesh. Holy cow. Now to give it a little bit of the good old lighted red. It's not pink, it's lightish red. There we go. A little bit on that side, just for a bit of the glow. There we go. I need a little bit of this. Alright. Time to take stock of where we are, so... We've got, most of the highlights good on the front. The knee pad is looking nice. Shading's good. Might need a little bit more on the bottom here, but not too much as to overpower the other side. And I think after that, it's gonna be straight bobbin on the back. To finish up the jetpack. Which is a little bit of a pain. Top row's fine. It's the middle rung. And the railing's there. reached in there when I didn't want it to. Whew. Apologies about that. I had a frog in my throat. That's what happens when you don't go with water for a while. Lose track of everything. There we go. My bad, I might have had that out of focus. The Sam of Sams. What a name. Thank you for that follow. Bringing us closer to that goal. Welcome on in. Pull up a stump and be comfortable. You're catching us in the middle of a Death Company Blood Angel. And to all you fine faces in the chat, I hope you are having a wonderful night. And thank you for stopping by and sharing this hobby time with me.
I might have to hit that with the classical Earth Shade. Yeah, I'll drop its little tidbit now. Where is he? Earth, where are you? That's not you. Do I not have you out? There's snake bite. Are you not here? Alright. Looks like I'll do it a different way. Time to thin the Doom Bowl. Actually, where's the... You know what might also help this? Give me a little bit of that. There we go. It's a little bit darker. Can I go one more shade without completely destroying it? I can. Good. Alright, we'll let that dry. And I just had an idea for that. What was it? Oh, that's right. Purity seals, but this guy isn't rocking any right now. You know, it is a little bit suicidal. Just going straight into it. Nah, that didn't work out. Well, actually, that cleanup did. Alright, hold on. I can continue working with this. Very carefully.
go. That's good. Back is looking alright. Well, back I can actually consider the jet exhaust now. Ooh, actually, you know what else I could do is this. Get the butt cheeks. I do apologize if you keep hearing the clicking sound. That's just my brush hitting the mic. Nothing to worry about. Okay, without any extra touch-ups, I do believe that is our main body for our lad completed. Now to move on to the arms. First one up is where I left off a little bit earlier. The makeshift Legion sigil. Which means I'll actually need more of the, see if I can keep digging in there. Hopefully I can still find more paint. I am looking a little bit dry over here. to completely redo that side now that I have access to it. Now it's time for every painter's nightmare. The symmetry game. How in the heck am I going to completely copy those wings over? Very carefully. And after a bit of stretching. Give it up for hour 3, lads. Hour 3 coming up. It was hour 3, and unfortunately I'm getting a bit peckish. You know what? This feels like a perfect time. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some fresh water. And just walk around a bit. Get out of this chair. I'm going to take a nice quick intermission, lads. Lads and lasses, I'll be right back. back. We're alive. Hello. We're up again. I'm a little bit recharged. Stretched my legs a bit. And now we're back to this conundrum. So I'm thinking... Definitely have to use Corax. Very, very careful. Move you back. I think that's my end point. It's a bit too much. Okay, so I'll just have to clean that out a bit. It dried up on me. Well, in terms of similarities, it's there. But we're gonna need a lot of tweaking. First off, I know, my dear stomach, I know you're starving. This can come up a bit, so... You know what? Hold on. Let me fill in. Thinking this will help me get it easier, at least. This little hole area. Okay. Actually, you know what? I think I remember this being the better option, funny enough, the AK. Actually has to go a little bit closer, but not too close.
a little bit too low. I just did a double take. Don't fall down on me. Got it. I think the one thing that sucks about this the most is that I'm gonna have to do it again on the other Marine. Like the whole hand doing the symbol. But this is the hell I chose. I want to be able to at least get this done before my time is up. A little bit too much, but let's see if we can't. There we go. That's the good arc. Okay. A little bit lopsided, but this will probably be the heavier wing. Actually got a better point than the other one did. I think it's because the teardrop is off for like a whole thing. It is a little bit off. I'm presented with a predicament. Do I shift the teardrop over, or do I just leave it? And my compulsion begs me to do it, so I'm gonna do it. There's so many ways that could have gone wrong. There we go. Okay. Whew. Sigh of relief. Now we can come back. It's a good song. That helps. Did not mean to bring it up that high. There we go. Coming together. A little bit more space. Just a bit. Just a tad. There we go. So it's a good dip. I think what I gotta do is close down. Actually picks back up. There. Hold up there. Gently. am I going? I think the hunger's finally getting to me. Bring that back. I'm gonna have to cull this a bit. Just a little bit more. Right there. Yeah, right there. And then I need to pick up the white. Looks like I need to round it out over. That is a little bit heavy. Bring it back a bit. There we go. Should be good right there. I need to use this. Groundwork is laid, but now we need to sort of get around it. One side looks good, the other doesn't. This is super frustrating. I need to bring that up.
come back to the logo in a second. I'm just doing something else besides looking at white for a while. Whew, I think we're in there. Or as close as I think I can get it. We'll definitely keep trying, though. Whew. For now, it's a good placeholder. Actually, you know what? Do that. Like that. That's actually, I think I need to come up with an idea for the chainsaw. And I think I'm gonna use a red colored engine compartment. I think, yeah. think I'll call it there because I'm starving and it's about time I get ready because I've got a Sunday shift. But we got the shoulder pad done. And we basically got the full body done. Shift him over so I don't hit him. Full body done. I'd say it's a great day, lads. Lads and or lasses. But that'll about wrap it up for me. Live record. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new and haven't done it yet, consider leaving a follow. Helps me reach my later on projects. Once we reach that 200 follower goal, if you hadn't heard, I spin a mighty wheel and it decides what will be the first Primarch I build and paint and will display. And you'll all be there for the full process. Wow. And heck, I might even consult you guys on what the color scheme will be. I don't know if I'll do plain Jane or I might throw in something special. But they will be long and arduous. I completely blanked out. So sorry. If you're curious about any of my other finished projects, you can check my socials down. Leads you to my Twitter and or Blue Sky. Lets you see all the other previous stuff I've finished. And if you're curious on any of the paint schemes I've done, I have a video on YouTube that shows you how I paint my mud fists. It's a little bit outdated. I think I should change it up a bit because there are some new techniques that I use now that make it a lot easier to get the results that you want. But on that note, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think it's been a while since I've given anyone a proper raid. So let's say hello to someone random or someone that's online right now. Oh, sweet. Red's on. Cool. We can bother him. And again, thank you all.
He came in just in time to get a flashball.